Hi, my name is Justine, and I'm going to be talking about my experience competing for one of the preliminary state pageants that goes into Miss USA if you win that state title. Let me just tell you that you are going to be very tired. It's a very fast process, so make sure that you pack enough fluids or electrolyte packets or snacks, whatever you need just to get you through these few days that you'll be there. I personally always need to bring some electrolyte packets with me. I love Liquid IV, so those are personally the ones that I like, but you might have something different that you like. Now, for the state that I competed for, your state might look like this, or it might be a little bit different. So for my state, I arrived Thursday night and check-in was that night. It was a very fast process. Then you will have a lot of rehearsals. The next day on that Friday, we did have an early morning rehearsal. And if you are going to be going with the hair and makeup package, because they do offer that for you, then just be prepared that you might have an early call as early as 4 a.m. for that. So just so you know. And no, you don't have to go with the hair and makeup package if you don't want that. And you can just go with one if you want that. But it is great that you don't have to worry about that, and they do touch-ups too. So that's very nice. Now, my specific preliminary pageant included lunch and dinner for most of the days. So that was a nice thing to have, especially if you have also complimentary breakfast at your hotel. So meal planning, you kind of need to see how your pageant is going to be scheduled up and what you have provided and what you don't. But I would just be prepared to have whatever you need. Now make sure you're paying attention during rehearsals because you are going to get all the information that you need when you're walking on stage. And it's important things you need to know just so you're not on stage and all of a sudden you aren't paying attention and you don't know what to do. So very important, make sure that you are listening the whole time and being respectful just so you know what's going on. And the great thing is that if you haven't done a pageant before, or not many pageants, or not this kind of specific pageant, that they are very great at giving you all of the information that you need stage-wise. And any other questions you have, a lot of those people have a lot of information. Even contestants that have done this over and over again, you can ask them and they will gladly just answer any questions you have. Now, for Friday night, which were preliminaries for us, we did have just about a couple hours before the show for you to do touch-ups. Again, if you're scheduled with a hair and makeup person, you may or may not have that. Some girls did. I personally did not go with the package, so I can't tell you from my experience. I used that time to do my hair and makeup myself. But just know that touch-ups are available and you may have touch-ups in between that time. And then after you do preliminaries, we were able to keep all of our stuff there because we were at an auditorium and they locked it up for us. So everything we needed for the stage, which was really nice for us, we kept right there and then in that room. And you can keep that all the way through the finals, at least for us we did. And then you can take all of your stuff. The next day, which was interview day, we did have rehearsal, and then there was a lot of time, at least between my slot, to do my hair and makeup before I went for interview. And the nice thing is after your interview is over, that day is gapped out for you to hang out with friends or family if they did come to stay with you for the weekend or before finals or whatever. And you get that time to yourself that day and to rest a little bit more. Now, the day of finals, it was an early call again, and this time they give you all the information that you need with what goes on during finals and what to do if your name is called to do the top 10, 12, 15, whatever they have set up for you. So make sure to pay attention because you just don't know if your name will be called, and it's very important for you to have all the information that you need. Now for us, there was a rehearsal the day before, I believe, in just a regular room at the hotel. But the day of finals, they actually did rehearsals on the stage as well. So it was a little bit more clear for you. And again, if you're not paying attention, you may be lost. But if you're paying attention, I was good. So I think everybody else should be good too. Now, after finals is over, We were free to go home unless you were one of the winners. Then you stayed the next day, and that's usually provided for you and paid for you through the organization. So unless you win, you are free to go home, or you can stay till the next day, depending what your situation is. And if you are not one of the top 10, 15, or whatever, just know that you're going to be waiting backstage a good amount of time until the teen and the Miss division all compete. And then later they're going to announce awards and all that, and that's when they ask everybody to come on stage and the top 5, because they will announce the winners shortly after. But just be prepared to hang out there, be respectful, obviously be a good sport. You don't want to leave during this time, only because, again, they're handing out awards, and you also want to be supportive of whichever sister wins right now. And put yourself in the shoes of if you won. Would you want support? How would you feel if your sisters just backed out and abandoned you, So try to put yourself in those shoes, although you might be feeling kind of upset. And overall, I personally had a good experience. I met a lot of great people, and I actually ended up meeting one of the girls that competed with me at an event that we did together like a couple months before the pageant. So I was really glad that happened, because I knew somebody going into it. But even if you don't, which I didn't think I'd meet somebody ahead of time, all of the women were amazing. They were all friendly, and I just had a good time at these preliminaries. But if you have any other questions, please comment and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Bye.